Alright guys, today we're going to do a Ford pressure washer. It's 2700 psi pressure washer. Any of the parts I use will be in the description below, like a whole new carburetor if you need it. I use some special chemicals. I'll be putting them in the description below, etc., etc. We'll get right on into it. First thing, we're going to take off the air filter cover. I turn it upside down so I can keep all my parts. Another wing nut. Let's take off this air filter. We'll blow this thing out with air really well. It seems alright otherwise. Just blow it out with air real well to make sure it's good and clean. Alright, somebody's been in this before. Usually there's a 10 or an 8mm bolt that goes right there. Somebody's been in it and never replaced that. Or maybe it just didn't have it. Oh no, it might not even have had one. There's two 10mm here. Take them out. And there's this vent hose right here. Pull that off. Oh. We got washers falling out. There's some lock washers in there too. Don't lose those. Actually, they're just washers. Another one went that way somewhere. Oh, here it is. Alright. There appears to be another hose. Oh yeah, there's another hose right here. I'm going to pop that off. This is California emissions type stuff. Alright, now we should be able to pull this, move these levers this way, bam, now it comes right off. Alright, choke arm slides right up off of it. We're going to pull this out slightly, full throttle, and then this arm here will, let me get a better view, just push it out and up. It comes right off. This spring wasn't hooked up. Somebody's been in here and got it all bent up and everything, but this hooks right in that hole there, so you should be pulling that out too. Now we're going to go ahead and pull the fuel line off of this. There's no clamp on it. That's okay. So we're going to take a pair of needle nose, just get it on there and just kind of push it up a little bit. That's kind of how you break it free. Let me get a bottle, just collect all the old gas. Let's see what we got. Not too much. Right. Use a clear bottle, water bottle. There's still a little moisture in there, but I knocked most of it out just to see what kind of gas is going through. This looks like it's fresh gas. So we're just going to drain it all out though, just to be safe. That way I can blow out the gas tank, make sure there's no dirt in the gas tank, make sure there's no water in it. I'm not seeing anything noticeable right off the bat. We do have this gasket here. You can take off. Go ahead and pull the carburetor off. And this is what we're going to be working on. So 10mm right here, we're going to pull that out. Like decent gas coming out of there. I don't see any water. Yeah, it's evaporating everything, so the gas was fresh. Sometimes you have to tap the bowl to get it to pop free. Yeah, so this is just sat for a while. Oh, it's leaking out. I'm gonna keep an eye on that. It looks like it's just been sitting for a long time and had some buildup in it. We're gonna go ahead here. That's the main jet. That's probably the issue right there. We're gonna go ahead and pull out this pin. Needle valve stays right in place. There's some staining. We're going to rinse off and try to get as much off as we can. Just make sure there's no crunchy stuff. Like that's crunchy stuff. We want all that off. We'll be scraping it all off with a flathead screwdriver and spraying it off with carb cleaner. Alright, so we got to get this jet out. This is one of my tricks. 14 karat testing solution. I've tried all the other different acids. Some will burn the jet out. I've tried making my own acid. I've melted the carburetor. You know, the 14 karat testing solution works the best. I'll put this in the description below. Go ahead and put a couple of drops in where this jet is and just let it start simmer and boil in there. Just doing that so that we've got a clean set of threads and everything so we can remove this easily. We are going to use it to clean the jet out. As you see, it's starting to simmer and boil in there. It'll kind of clean up that thread area a little bit so that it's easier to get out. Make sure you wear safety goggles and vinyl gloves. That will burn your skin. Just rinse it with water. It will burn your eyes, but just rinse it with water and it'll dilute it instantly. Don't panic or you'll knock yourself out and burn real bad. We're going to rinse this out gently so we don't get any splashback. Alright, now flathead screwdriver, I use a number 2. I grind the sides down so that it'll fit inside of this. We're going to set it down inside this, find the notch right there, and we're going to hold this carburetor tight and turn the screw counterclockwise, the jet counterclockwise. So we have an issue here, and it's common. The jet doesn't want to come out, so if it starts stripping, just don't even bother. You're just going to do more acid, and we're just going to have to boil it out. But normally, you pull the jet out and the orifice tube out, and you just boil them through, but it'll be fine. I've done many of these without that. This one's fine. It's actually sinking right on in there. And then you've got these two spots here. You see the acid starting to come out of there already. I'm going to drop some acid down in that one, down in that one. We're going to boil those two spots. Then we're going to take the idle screw out. There's a cap on this that should just pop right off. There it goes. And then there's a Phillips head idle. Take that out. You've got this thing here. You just kind of get in there, give it a little pry, and get it out. I need to hold it with the other hand. Pull straight out. This is an idle jet. This one's all plastic. We're going to hit it with acid anyways just to make sure, but that one's all plastic, so it shouldn't foam or fizz or anything. You're just going to want to make sure it's good and clear. Now we're going to go ahead and slowly spray out these. Wear safety goggles and vinyl gloves. Do as I say, not as I do. Spray through that. We're going to slowly rinse this out. Just trying to get all the acid diluted and out of there. Look, it just, carb cleaner just flows right through there. So then we're going to get this right down in the middle and give a good hard squirt. If you get the carb cleaner in your eyes, it will burn, but you're going to be fine. It just hurts like hell, and then once it's done evaporating, it goes away. Go through this really hard. And through this one very hard. Just trying to spray through everything really well. Then we're going to go ahead and rinse this out gently to get the acid out of there. Spray through it very hard. I'm going to have to hold it with my hand. And fuel on off that way. You're going to rinse through all of this and make sure that it's all good and clean. Good and cleaned out. We're going to rinse all this off, rub it off, clean it off, make sure everything's rinsed out. Inside this bowl, we're going to scrape it really good with a screwdriver, rinse it out really good, scrub it with a rag and carb cleaner or brake cleaner like I'm using. Same with this, try to get all the color, discoloration and everything out of there. Any of the crunchy stuff, you're really trying to get rid of the crunchy stuff because that jet is so tiny that a little bit of crunchy stuff falls off, and then you've got clogged jet again. And this bolt, it's got a pocket kind of like right there. You're going to scrape that out and clean it really good so none of that crunchy gets into the jet. Float back down in it with the needle valve sticking right inside there. Then the pin is going to go inside of that to hold it all down. Like that. We're going to go ahead and put idle jet back in to its spot right here. Shove it down into place. I need to use both hands for that. The idle screw back on, go about halfway. Put your cap back on it if you want. You don't have to, but I'm going to. Sticks right back into place like that. Then we're going to go ahead and put the bowl back on. Notice I didn't take out the seal. If you mess with that, it'll swell right up, and then if you can't find those seals, which they are kind of hard to find, you'll have to replace the whole carburetor. But again, don't worry about it. I'll put the whole carburetor in the description. All right, so you got your fuel inlet on this side. You're going to put your drain. Oh, you're going to put your drain. Oh, here, you know what? First, let's go ahead and rinse everything again. Make sure there's no dust or dirt from assembly. All right. Then the drain bolt is going to go opposite side of the fuel inlet. There's a reason why. Fuel inlet's on this side, drain bolt will be on this side, just easier to get to. All right, your bolt that holds the bowl on, nice and clean. Put it in. I left the gasket right on that as well. I didn't mess with it. You just don't want them to swell up. You just want to leave them alone. Tighten that down. Then we're going to go ahead. Oh, I was going to put this on, but I haven't cleaned out the tank yet. I'm going to drop this out. We're going to go ahead and get the air hose. We're going to blow this tank out, make sure there's no water or dirt or anything in the tank. All right. It can be messy. You've got to get everything out. You know, I took the screen right out. We're just blowing it all out. It's got to be spotless clean in there. Definitely been in this, messing with it. So I'm going to see if I can find. Oh no, that's all broken. It's broken clean out. So it's being held by these other two. I'll just make sure that they're tightened down, but look, they're breaking out too. He's gonna need a new gas tank pretty soon. Do I have a used one here? Hold on. I don't have a used one to give to the guy. I got a white Honda one, but it's got rust inside. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna just be ordering him a new one. I'll let him come in another time when it finally gives way all the way, and then I'll order him a new tank. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put this back on. Make sure you got your gasket behind the carburetor. It's got to be between the carburetor and the engine. I just didn't even bother taking mine off. You get partially on. You need it a little bit further on. Throttle this all the way up, and it should stab right in, no problem. And then you've got the spring goes right in here. Like that. Fuel line, which is a whole other thing. Look, there's somebody did something fun there, but it's working, so it'll be what he gets for now, and then we'll let him know what's going on, and he can use it for now, and I can order him a gas tank and we can put it on another time. Push this all the way down on. This gasket goes on like this, and then the choke arm goes on like this. We're going to put both of these arms forward so that we can get this on. We're going to go ahead and slide this on. Remember, you got your two hoses that got to stab onto it, so don't get them bound up where you can't get to them. Just going to get this slid in, get the hose is kind of pushed out of the way. Get this slid into place. Boom. Attach your hoses. And then we're going to put the 2 washers on. 10mm nuts on. Before we tighten it down, we're going to go ahead and put gas in it. That way we know if this carb is leaking, because it'll run right out here and drip down. Sometimes it does, and you may have to tap the bottom of this carb with a wrench. Just tap the bolt and it'll make that needle valve jump up into place. It's just from being dry from all the carb cleaner. We dump some fresh brand new gas in there. Make sure it's brand new, shiny new, brand new, bought today gas. We're going to turn the fuel on, and we're just going to wait a little bit and see if it leaks any gas out of there. Again, if it does, it's no big deal. It happens. You just take your little ratchet or wrench and you just tap that bottom bolt a little bit and it'll stop. Just the needle valve gets stuck open sometimes. This one I can tell it's good. It's not leaking a drop. It's perfect. So we're going to go ahead and tighten these 2 10mm down. Alright, so we got it running, surging a little bit, but that'll clear up. But just, you can't run it without water hooked up. So it's just firing it up, test fire. And you know, later on we hook it up to pressure and make sure everything's doing good. Your air filter on, blow it all out with air. I've already done that. Wing nut. Tighten it down. She was trying to pump water and everything, so she's looking good. All the way tight. Have it that in one tight. And then we're going to put the air filter cover on. Tighten it down. Alright. Just so I got the model number of this thing when I list it on my YouTube channel. Alright guys. She's ready to rock and roll. I'll be hooking her up to pressure and her off camera, but you've basically seen how to do your oh, don't forget to put your screen back in, catches dirt out of your can. But you basically see how it goes. This helped you out in any way, shape, or form. Give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. If you want to do any advertising through my channel, give me some t-shirts and some cool stuff, tools or whatever, anything cool. Even if it has something to do with your business, then it'll give you even more advertising. I'll do a bunch of advertising for you on my channel. Alright guys, thumbs up, subscribe, show me a little support. Peace.